Good evening. Good evening. Why is my hair be doing everything, y'all? Oh my God. Is that better? No. What is that? It's always the side of my hair that don't want to act right. And I'm trying to figure out where it is on y'all side. Okay, there it is. I'm a little better. Anyway, hey everybody. It's your girl, Lady E, checking in, checking in. I know y'all like you came on. We saw the Warriors of Love video and then you went back out. StreamYard and Facebook need to get it together. Every time we go live, not every time, let me stop. These last two times, it gives us a problem connecting it to Facebook. So let me make sure my guest has the code. To get back on. And I apologize, you guys. I apologize. I think what's happening is it starts the live and it takes Facebook a minute to connect. So if you guys are on Facebook, let me know if you can see and hear me clearly. Yeah, Facebook takes a second to connect. Anyway, it's the leap year. This is the 29th of February. This only happens every 4 years. It only happens every 4 years. So what did y'all do differently today? You had an extra day in February. What did you do differently with your day? What did you think differently? What did you dream differently? What did you decide differently with your day? I hope y'all did something amazing this leap year. Let me tell you what your girl did this leap year. I had a very full day. Y'all, I had to run all the way to Indiana by 9 o'clock this morning. I was there at 8:25, had time to run to the Family Dollar to go get me some stuff to make me a cup of coffee. And then I ran to my house and they did this weatherization thing and I'm running payroll and I got all this stuff going on. And then I had to dash back to the city of Chicago and go get my oil and my tires rotated and get my windshield wiper fixed and my car washed and then dash right back to Indiana because I had a day surgery appointment this morning. So I tell you, well, this afternoon, but I tell you, y'all, I have been having a day. This has been a leap year. And this leap year said, you finna come off them coins. Because everywhere I went today, it was like, co-pay for this, co-pay for that. We need this. And this is why we are teaching you guys having an emergency fund, having some incidental income. This hair is stressing me out, y'all. But having some incidental income, don't be laughing, Regina, is necessary because medical emergencies arise. Are you prepared? Life happens. Who would have known that me going through a car wash would have messed up my windshield wiper? So I had to go pay $24 a blade to get it fixed. This is why we say all the time, it is important to have an emergency fund. I'm not going to delay the time. I'm about to bring my girl up here so she could be, because she got stuff to say in the comments and y'all can't see it. So I'm telling you, Regina, welcome back to Piped University. How you doing, girlfriend?
Girl, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate the welcome back. I have so much fun when I come on here. I hope I give you value. You was just speaking to me. You was bringing it. It's right. You never know. It doesn't even matter that it's leap year, right? It just could be just a regular old day and things can just go very, very south quickly. And if we're not financially prepared for it, it could very well devastate us, have us in tears, crawling in the bed, putting the covers over our head, and wondering why me.
Yeah.
But hey, when you're prepared for stuff and you plan ahead, prepare for the worst and pray for the best, absolutely. We can always get through anything and everything.
Yes. Because I'm telling you, had I not had some emergency fund money, $90 copay. Then after I had him, he said, when the medicine wear off from where he made the incision, he said, when the medicine wear off and the numbing is no longer there, you're going to experience some pain. So I'm about to give you this medicine. And before I even get started on this procedure today, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this medicine straight to your pharmacy, because when it wears off, you're going to feel it. And if you don't have no ibuprofen, grab some ibuprofen, because tonight you're going to feel every incision that I made. I said, okay, I get to the pharmacy. How about I had a $30 copay? $24 for the blade, tire rotation, oil change, $132 altogether, $90 for the dermatology person, and then $30 for the medication. Listen, if you got more month than money, how about you just had to figure out, if I'm going to have this surgical procedure, if I'm going to get my oil change so that my car doesn't come a knock, or my engine lock up, or I'm going to just go ahead and get me some WD-40 or some 5W20 and throw it in my engine so that it don't lock up. Forget the fact that I can't change my oil filter, that I can't, you know what I'm saying, do the regular maintenance, because I got to decide my health, my car.
I can't make a decision because, I need all that.
I can't either. That's why I stopped, because I'm just like, how do you decide? Because if I'm not healthy, you got no, what good is the car? I can't go nowhere. I can't do nothing. Mm-mm. This is why, y'all, it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. It does something to the inside of you, girl. When I see people that become these thousandaires during tax time, and they have no strategy. They have no plan. They have nothing. And when life happens, they call in everybody. They got all this stuff. And I'm going
to add temporary thousandaires. I like thousandaires, but it's temporary.
It is. Because how long is that money going to last you?
Probably most of them got to spend before it gets there.
And then the reason why it hurts me so bad is because I talk to all of my clients about the importance of strategizing, saving, and planning for the unknown. You never know. You never know. And so don't do yourself a disservice by not being prepared. Because had I not had, Regina, what's that? We both math people. What? That's like over $200 that I done spent today. That's close to almost
$3.
Yeah, close to $3. And I'm sitting up here. I didn't check my bank account first to make sure that I was able to swipe the card for what I had to do. Because I listened to my financial advisor, Regina, teach me what I already knew, but to help me say, girl, slow it down a little bit. Let me reel you in a little bit, because you just, that was a bit much. Let's focus on the main thing. Keep the main thing. And then you tackle in that realm. And so I appreciate having somebody to teach me to slow down, think about what I'm thinking about before I just go and do what I'm doing. So I'm going to give this on over to my girl, Regina. and let Coach G do what she do. Meanwhile, this is your girl, Lady E, saying, listen, first, welcome to Pipes University. I don't even know if I said that because we've been in and out. Welcome to Pipes University. I'm your girl, Lady E, checking in, making sure everything is well on this here last Financial Freedom February. And I just want you guys to be prepared. If you don't take nothing else that I say, be prepared. Life happens. Don't let life catch you.
Because it definitely will. Definitely will. Good evening, y'all. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Regina Dobie, better known as Coach G. I am a financial advisor, and I like to show people how to grow and plan their money, right? Because if you don't have a plan for your money will have a plan for you, and it will run out before you have anything left in the month, right? So I'm gonna kind of recap a little bit about what we were talked about last week. Forgive me, it's in the month, right? So last week we were talking about reasons why you need to be investing into your 401k and contributing to your 401k at your job. Number one is because of the deferred taxes, right? Usually when you participate in a 401k, it comes out pre-tax. So this will save you money on your taxes. For instance, if your gross pay is $2,000 and you contribute $200 to it, you are only taxed on the $1,800, right? Another reason why you want to contribute to your 401k is what I call the free money from your employer, right? Depending on your employer, if they match, and they match dollar for dollar up to a certain percentage, I encourage my clients, potential clients, to make sure that they contribute up to the match. So if you put in $200 and they match dollar for dollar $200, now you have $400 going towards your retirement savings. That is a good thing. And then another reason that I brought it up is because it lowers your taxes upon I'm going to show you reasons how to lower your taxes upon retirement. Okay. Now, what I'm going to talk about today now is common mistakes that I see people make with their 401ks, right? A lot of people say, hey, I'm going to just go ahead on. I'm having a hardship. I need to go ahead on and just take a loan out of my 401k. It may sound great because I'm taking a loan from myself, but let me tell you, there are some consequences. So if you don't have anybody to talk to about it, make sure you get with somebody like myself or another licensed professional to make sure you understand the implications of taking a loan out of your 401k. Number one, it has to be paid back. There is no way to get around it, y'all. Well, there is a way, but you might not like it, right? So think about this. Your money is being taken out before taxes, right? But when you pay back this loan, you're paying back the loan with after-tax dollars. So in turn, now your paycheck is going to be less than what it was before. And if you couldn't afford to pay your bills with your check as it was, how are you going to be able to afford to pay your bills now? Because even less money is coming back. Because you're going to have to take the money out of your check, and a lot of companies take it out before you even get your check because they want to ensure they get that payment back. So now less money is coming out of into your household, and you may put yourself in a deeper debt, right? And if you're already on a tight budget, this extra expense could make it even harder or even impossible to make ends meet. Here's another reason why you might not want to take out a loan against your 401k. Now you're reducing your retirement savings, right? So some plans say if you have a loan out, you may not be able to contribute to it. Or if you're able to still contribute to it, you're still having to pay the loan out. And here again, your check is smaller. So another reason why you might not want to take a loan against your 401k is now your money is not doing what it's supposed to do while it's in the market. It's not working for you while you're still working for it, right? So if you had $100,000 in your 401k and you borrowed 50,000, now you only have $50,000 in the market working instead of $100,000. So now you're going to have to work twice as hard to not only pay back the loan, but to be able to catch up for the time that $50,000 wasn't on the market working for you. Now, does this make sense? Emily, let me ask you a question. Pop in here for a second. You come in here and you take a loan from your 401k. Your money's coming in less than what it was to begin with. You were already in a hardship, and now you don't put yourself, what you thought was in a better situation, but now you don't put yourself in a worse situation. How are we ever going to get ahead?
We're not. It's the whole adage of robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're robbing from yourself, because when you, especially, are you taking this money as a hardship? I heard you say hardship earlier.
Hardship. There's a difference. See, a lot of people don't understand it. There's a difference between a hardship withdrawal and a loan. Majority of the people take a loan and not a hardship withdrawal. And there are regulations on what an actual hardship withdrawal is. So that's different. I'm talking about a true loan from your 401k.
Now, if you're taking a loan, the problem is you're going to have a distribution code. Absolutely. In that box. Number 7, you're going to have a distribution code. And when you bring that 1099-R to a person like me with a distribution code, I'm going to look, and if it's not a 7, which means it's your money, you reach maturation and you're able to use what you have, I'm going to look at you and say, now you have, now, and then did you let taxes get taken out of it? State and federal?
A lot of people say federal. A lot of people say, no, I'll pay it back before that happens. I'll just pay it back.
And what happens is you have to pay taxes on that money. Then you have a 10% penalty.
If you take it out before 59 and a half.
If you take it out and it's not a hardship and you don't pay taxes, you have a penalty. And that penalty is going to bite you in the buttocks.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the year. And what you thought you were going to get back, you're not going to get back. And so this is why I tell my clients all the time, why would you take out of your retirement without talking to me? I'm your bookkeeper. I'm your accountant. Emily, it's my money. I can do what I want to do. You're absolutely right, Boo Boo Kitty. You could do whatever. You could do whatsoever you want to do. But then at the end of the year, when it's time to file taxes, don't look at me when your bill is skyrocketing because you chose not to ask me, what is the repercussions if I do this? Because you have that commercial, it's my money and I want it now. That's done. It's my money and I want it right now. And I want it yesterday and I'll apply it today. And Uncle Sam gonna look at you and say, yeah, it's your money. And it's my party.
Want our money too.
And I'm gonna do what I want to do with your money. So I'm about to take all of this. I want the taxes, I want a penalty. Play with it if you wanna. It's not good, y'all. Listen. And as an accountant, I'm not a CPA. Let me disclose that. I am not a certified professional accountant. I am not a CPA. That's Regina. I'm not a CPA. I am an accounting professional. So, as an accounting professional, I'm not trying to be all in your business when I'm all in your business. I'm trying to protect you from hell and jail.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is our job, to make sure we do what's right by our clients. And so I would encourage you to make sure that if you're working with somebody like Emily or myself, to make sure that you pick up the phone before you make a big financial decision. Yes, you're grown. Yes, it's your money, but it's our job and our duty to make sure that we talk to you about the implications of the decisions that you make. Because, see, I may offend a few people, but if I do, I apologize, and then I don't apologize, because doing what you've been doing has gotten you exactly where you are today. So when you start working with somebody like myself, we're going to have some real conversations just to make sure you understand the implications of your actions, because my job is to make sure that you get to a better place, right? And we start changing some of the habits that we have and creating better habits so that we can become financially free. We can break away from these chains that has been having us for many and many of years, and show you how to grow your money so that you can become a millionaire, right? A lot of people think it's not possible, but if you think about it and you calculate how much you've earned on an annual basis from the time that you started working up until this time, most people have earned millions of dollars, but they have nothing to show for it because of our bad financial habits, right? So the only way that we can get out of the debt and devastation that we have created over the years is to make sure that we sit down with somebody who will brutally, honestly talk to us. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to force you to do anything, but I am going to talk to you so that you understand exactly what are the consequences of your actions. Hey, we're going to sit down, we're going to come up with a game plan, and we're going to stick to the plan. Once you deviate from the plan, then that changes. We have to do a course correction. We have to do a course correction, and we have to understand the value of our decisions and the consequences. So we got to make sure that we're making good monetary decisions so that ourselves now and our future selves will especially thank us, because we got to make sure that we take care of ourselves, our future selves, our children, our children's children, right? I don't know about you all. I don't know who my great grandfather is. I don't know who my great great grandfather is. And I certainly don't know who my great 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 father is, right? And the reason why I don't know those people is because they left me nothing. I can't blame them for not knowing the information that I know now. All I am tasked with is I have the knowledge. I cannot hoard the knowledge for myself. I have to make sure that I share the knowledge with you all and put the tools out there and work with you to help you use the tools. But we have to be willing partners in a mutual relationship. I have to be able to see your goals. I have to be able to understand your dreams. And then I have to put those things into a financial game plan to help show you the roadmap to help you get there, right? So I'm gonna go back to the subject because I feel like I got on the soapbox, right? So the other thing that I find that people do is leave their money in their old 401ks, or maybe they transfer it from one holder to their new job. See, a 401k is just what it is. It's used to get the match, the free money. But once you leave that employer, you should move it into what I call an IRA. And an IRA stands for individual retirement account, right? Because the funds that are in some of these 401ks, they're probably not in the best alignment of your financial goals. And somebody like myself can sit down with you and help make sure that we put those monies into accounts where there's no penalties, there's no taxes. We roll it over and we put it and allocate the funds into something that's in alignment with what we want to do towards retirement, right? And if you move it from one fund, one 401k fund to another one, you might be moving it from a plan that might be somewhat in your alignment and then into one that's not into alignment. And those 401k funds, they're full of fees. that you might not be aware of, and a lot of people don't see it, and they don't, because they don't read the literature that comes every year. There is a disclosure on the fee, and probably nobody reads it because it's hard to understand, right? It's not in plain English, so we know, hey, I'm being charged this month to put it in there. No, ma'am, I'm not talking about risk tolerance. Oh, I'm talking about risk tolerance for alignment for your financial future. Risk tolerance is going to be individual on an individual basis, right? Some people might be a more aggressive because I'm younger. I'm 25, I'm 26, I'm 27. I have more time for my money to do what it's supposed to do, compound in the market or the ups and the downs, as opposed to somebody who is more seasoned, talking about in their later years, but they're still young, 60, 65, but we're thinking more along of retirement. So I need to have a conversation with you to see and make sure that the retirement plan that you have, the funds that you have it in, are in alignment with what you're going to do and when you want to retire. And I want to put this disclaimer out here that retirement is not an age. Retirement is an amount of money that you need to have when you're ready to retire so that you don't have to go back to work, right? And I know too many times I've seen people in my family, in the community, they work for 30, 40, 50 years. They retire for 2, maybe 5 years, and they say they get bored, right? A lot of times it's embarrassing to say that, hey, I have to go back to work because I ran out of money because I did not plan properly for retirement. I may not have planned that retirement party, but one was planned, but I didn't plan for the vacations that I wanted to take. I didn't plan for me having to buy a new car. I didn't plan for the healthcare going up, right? These are all kinds of things that somebody like myself will sit there and get you to think about when it's time to get ready to retire. So you want to make sure that you're working with somebody who is working for your best interest and to get you to think outside of the box to make sure that you're prepared for retirement financially, mentally, and on the right path. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you're a year away from the retirement and you look at your monies and you say, I cannot retire. Nobody wants to get ready for retirement and say, I can't retire, or go into retirement and have to come back out of retirement. We are not Michael Jordan, right? We're not going to come out of retirement 2 and 3 times. We want to go into retirement, and I only want to do it one time, but I want to make sure I go out with a bang, because I know I like the clear water and the white sands. I like to travel. I like to move. So I get to know my clients. I get to know what they like to do. What do they plan on doing in retirement? I already know Emily likes to travel a whole lot. So she's going to need a whole lot of money to make sure she can continue doing the things that she loves to do in retirement. And so we got to make sure that we have that money and what it looks like and have it in the right type of funds. So I'm going to recap a little bit about what we talked about, making sure that we don't make the biggest mistakes, taking some of the loans out and understanding the consequences of when we do. And then, of course, we have a time period to pay back that loan. We don't have forever to pay back that loan. We have a short period of time. And then, God forbid, you decide to leave that job where you took a loan out against that 401k. Now, I think it's about, don't quote me on this, Emily, you may know, I think it's about 60 days from separation, depending on how the plan is designed, for you to pay back that loan. So now you've created a bigger burden on yourself. A lot of people don't know that. So you need to make sure that you understand what happens if you do decide to take a loan, even though you've talked to somebody like myself who's probably advised you against it. But if you go ahead on and take it, you need to make sure what happens if the job decides to leave you, or you decide to leave the job. What happens with that loan? Do I have to pay it back fully in the next 60 days? Or how much time do I have before they issue a statement that makes it now all taxable? And depending on your situation, that's a whole nother conversation and a whole nother problem that you probably got yourself into that you didn't realize. Emily, what do you have to add to that?
I'm sitting over here like, man, you guys don't even understand. How do you know that? How do you know where you're going to be at, right? On your 1099-R, I'm going to go through just like I did earlier for the W-2. The first box says gross distribution. That's box 1, gross distribution. Box 2 is taxable distribution. Let me give you a little caveat. Those numbers are not always the same. Because in box 3, it's going to say this was the total distribution, this was a partial distribution, and then box 4, and those are check marks. Box 4 is your federal income tax withheld. Box 5 is some stuff if you've done some stuff and had interest, blah, blah, blah. Box 6 is another, most people never have 5 and 6. Box 7 is your codes. That's going to tell a person like me, SpaghettiOs, this person just had a $6,000 return that they were going to get a refund. And that soon as I hit this box, going to go down to maybe 1,000, maybe 500. And what you saw you spending has disappeared because box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4 of your 1099-R. Emily, what's a 1099-R? 1099-Rs are for people that have retirement annuities distributions, 401ks, IRAs. It's for those distributions. Okay, so you get this, and some people don't even think that they're going to get this. Regina, I have so many people that come to me and be like, I see on their W-2 that box 12 is checked and they got them codes in there. And then I say, oh, you got a retirement account? Girl yell, and I pulled down $30,000. And I said, what is 1099-R? What?
What's that?
What is 1099-R? Baby, it's a tax return that the government already got that says that you already pulled this money down. Where it said? I don't know about that. Girl, I got these here W-2s, and that takes $10,000. You better come on, run me my money. Emily better run me my money. Baby, I can't run you anything. You need to go back and get that 1099-R. It came in the mail, honey. It came in the mail. You need to go find it.
Go log into your account from your employer. It's probably there.
Oh, it's on the portal for whoever gave you your funds. Your fund manager is there. You need to go and get it. Because if I file, and I always tell them this, if I file your taxes without this information, this at that point is called tax evasion. The government already had this form before you got it in your hands. It was already given to the government, both state and federal. So if you do not add this money, you are running the risk of getting a CP notice. We talked about CP notices. If you don't remember, go back to my first one. We talked about CP notices. You get them nice little letters, and they come 2 at a time. And you be like, oh my gosh. They come 2 at a time. Knock, knock. You owe. You did not. You omitted. I have this form, but this is what you gave me. The numbers are not, the math ain't mathing. You need to go get an amendment. But you done spent that money. And now the IRS is like, hey, tax evasion is real.
Absolutely.
People do it all the time. People do it all the time. And so we're trying to help you guys stay out of hell and jail. Okay? You're right about it, prophetess. They will lock you up for not paying it. And then The interest ain't worth it. Did y'all see the new interest statements that came out for 2024? Them jokers ain't playing. They was like, listen here. We done gave y'all, Trump and Obama and all these people that gave all this money. They done gave away all these coins, and so the IRS like, I need that one, I need that one, they coming to collect, baby. I looked at them interest statements. I said, baby, I ain't filing my tax return on April 17th like I normally do. No, sir, no, sir. I'm gonna file my tax return this month. Like March. Like I'm still okay. This is February still, but March. I'm gonna file my because I'm not playing with them. Regina, I looked at them numbers, girl. I got scared.
Girl, I'm not worried about those people because you know what? I'm making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Anybody who's getting back these big income tax, because it's not me. Because what I want to do is loan the government free money, and at the end of the day, I'm not going to owe them any money because I have a business, right? And I'm going to make sure I do what's right, and making sure if you're a business owner, you make sure you set yourself up before you start paying back the Uncle Sam. Because I was talking with Emily the other day, and every time we talk, it's always a teaching lesson from me and a learning lesson from her, right? And we learn from each other as well. So I was talking to her about business owners, and she was telling me that, clients were owing money. And I'm like, well, are they contributing to a 401k? Are they opening it up for their own clients? I said, because there's ways that we can do a dollar for dollar reduction on their tax return if they do a couple of things. Y'all, that's probably going totally off subject, but there are ways that you can do that as a business owner to not only help yourself dollar for dollar, but make sure that you help your employees too. And then let me talk to you on a personal side, an IRA, right? You want to make sure that you're contributing to a Roth IRA, right? Because when we get ready to retire, I always ask my clients, do you want to retire owing taxes or do you want to retire without owing taxes? And of course, no taxes with 1,000. That's right. No taxes, right? So we got to build that strategy. So we're talking about financial and February finances and how to become financial free. And, I'm going to put my information up towards the end. So that way, if you decide that you want to make an appointment with me, we can start talking about what we can do individually for your particular situation, because I can't do a blanket plan, right? I can't put blanket information out there like you see on social media, people telling you to do infinite banking and all this other stuff. I'm here to tell you that if they're not a licensed professional, do not take their information and run with it. I'm telling you to sit down with somebody who is a licensed professional who can actually get into trouble if they give you misadvice, right? And who will tailor a plan just for you. What are those things that are taxable dollar for dollar? That's a good question, Terrence. I like that one. I like that one. So if you're a business owner, we can open up a 401k or some type of retirement plan that the business owner gets a dollar for dollar tax credit for opening it up. The IRS, what is it called again? We were talking about it the other day, the code that where they get a dollar for dollar reduction. So if they open up a 401k or a SEP or a simple, just depending on how their business is set up, how many employees they got, they can get a dollar for dollar tax reduction on their tax return. And they incentivize the employer to open up these retirement plans because they know employees are not saving for their future. Y'all, have y'all heard that the Social Security plan is going to run out of money? It's not a hoax. They've been talking about it for years. It's going to happen. It is projected for 2034. They will not have enough money to fund the Social Security payments that they need to go out. That means I'm not going to get a Social Security check. Emily, you're not going to get one. Mr. Terrence, I think I know you. Of course, I know you. Um, you're not going to get a Social Security check, and we already talked about you. So we already know we're going to put you on track, right? But
So
there are
let
others
me
in the
jump
audience.
in here real quick, Regina.
Go
So
ahead.
another thing that's dollar for dollar taxable. Let me first say what you don't do. We don't give the government free money. So we don't do bonds. At the end of your tax return, they ask you, do you want to invest in a tax savings bond? Don't do it. A bond to the government gives them money, your money, and they do whatever they want to do with it. They put it in FDIC insured, FDIC insured stuff, and it's in things. It's in Social Security, it's in Medicare, it's paying the police, it's doing the military, and then you get it back 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, the exact same money that you put in. So you gave it to them for all that time. They do nothing with it. You've given it to them to hold it. They do nothing with it. They give it back to you the exact same way you gave it to them. And if you try to take it out before the 5, 7, or 10-year mark, they're going to penalize you on your own money. So that's what you never do when you do your taxes, especially if you have a tax person like me. I'm not going to let you do that. What I will say, hey, we're about to get to the end of your tax return. And Regina brought this up to me, and there's only certain clients that I offer this to. And I'll say, hey, do you want to, instead of giving the government all this money or getting a smaller refund, would you rather, let's take $2,400, $6,500, and let's max out your Roth IRA or one of your other plans so that you can get a better refund. A lot of people look like that's scary. I'm about to give them money and it's going to reduce, it's going to help, it's going to help. It's a benefit for you in the end. You might not see it right when your direct deposit comes into your account. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I am saying that it sets you up for later. And if you owe, it reduces your tax liability. You're a person like me. I had a conversation with Coach. Coach, I know this year I'm set to owe maybe about 10 grand. She was like, wait.
Not on my watch.
This is what we don't have set up for you, Emily. Book a meeting. You guys scroll up in the calendar. Her calendar link is there. She said, book a meeting. Let's fix this before you file your taxes. I would rather put $8,500, $6,500, the whole $10,000 into something for me and tell the government to kick rocks with open-toe shoes. I'm going to yield my mic right there and let you go ahead, Coach.
Yes, definitely. You want to make sure that you are taking advantage of maxing out your 401k. Last year it was 6,500. This year, if you're under 50, 6,500. Last year, I just want to make sure, I'm talking to a broad audience, so I'm not sure your ages, but there's $1,000 catch up if you're 50 or over. This year, the max is 75. Is 7,000. Forgive me. 2,400. 2024 is $7,000, and if you're age 50 or over, it's $8,000. So you want to make sure that you understand where you can put your money, and then of course, if you're a business owner, we need to talk about: do you have a 401k? Do you have a simple? Do you have a SEP? I don't want you to give your money to Uncle Sam. I mean, if you're willing to give your money to Uncle Sam, that's on you. But you might want to take that $17,000 and put it into a plan where it's going towards your retirement, and not give it to Uncle Sam. But I'm going to give you your options and let you make the ultimate decision, because we're all adults on here, right? We just got to decide who we want to give it to. Why not have that money go into an account where it's going to go work for you and not pay Uncle Sam right now? Reduce what you owe to Uncle Sam, and it's totally legal. But again, make sure you sit down with somebody who is a tax professional and a financial professional to make sure that you do it legally. Okay. I'm not going to put just willy-nilly out there. Make sure, disclaimer, that is my disclaimer to you. Sit down with a professional who works together, both a CPA, a tax professional, or a financial professional that work together to make sure that we lessen your tax liability, both legally and have it benefit you in the long run. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. Anything you want to add to that before I throw up some information? I'm going to make sure that we put my calendar link out there again. If you're not 100% sure, you have any questions,
you want to know what your fin is.
Yeah, you want to understand your fin. You want to make sure that you're maxing out. You want to get excited about what a financial contribution to a Roth IRA could look like and what compound interest can do. Because I don't know about you, Emily, I know you love me, but I know I'm not your best friend. I know who your best friend is. Your best friend is compound interest. And it's what compound interest is not really commonly taught, but it is exactly what puts your money to work while you're sleeping, so that one day when you get ready to retire, you don't have to worry about having to go back into the workforce, and you have a choice. See, the most powerful thing is having a choice. Choosing to go back in the workforce and not having a choice, but having to go back into the workforce is two different things.
Yeah.
And I want to have the power. I want to have control. That's why I like to talk to my clients and my potential clients. Who do you want to have control of your money? 401ks, you don't have so much control over your money, right? There's certain funds that you're allowed to pick, and picking like a target fund or something like that, that's cute, but is it on target for your retirement date? Or is it on target for a retirement date? That's a difference, right? And so that's why you work with a professional to make sure that we're on target for your retirement date. And then we put your money in different funds that are in alignment for your retirement date, and work towards that financial goal, that financial independence number, to make sure that you never have to worry about going back to work again. And every time that you swipe your card during retirement, you don't have to look at your account and make sure that you can afford it.
Right. That's true freedom, y'all. That's true freedom. When your bank account doesn't dictate whether or not you can give your tithes and offerings, when your bank account doesn't dictate whether or not you can help someone that is less fortunate than you, when your bank account doesn't dictate whether or not you and your husband and all y'all have been doing is working and working, and y'all have not spent no time together, and there is no fire in that marriage, your bank account does not determine whether or not y'all can look at each other and say, let's go to Fiji. And you book that trip right then and there. True financial freedom is when you're not looking at your bank account and saying, do I have enough money to take care of my core essentials, or do I have to figure out what I can and cannot do because I don't have enough, something is going to get messed up, something won't get paid, I have to sit down and line by line this budget and squeeze every penny out of this budget to make something shake?
How do you squeeze blood out of a turnip?
That's not financial freedom. Y'all, that is stress. That is stress. And we just gave you all some tax planning strategies that I know people that would have charged you $1,500 to just get information. And I'm not asking you for a dime. I'm going to tell you what I am asking for. I am asking for you to choose you. today, I need you all to hear me. I need you to choose you. I need you to know that you're worth it. I need you to know that you are worth no longer having to worry about a credit score, not even worrying about whether or not you have more month than money. I don't want you to have to worry about whether or not if little Johnny say he want to go to an HBCU, if you can afford it. I don't want you to have to worry about that. I want you to choose you today and say whatever it takes. If I have to give up going to Starbucks for the next 6 months to put some money aside for my emergency fund, for my high yield savings account, so that I can get compound money. Y'all know I love transparency. I'm gonna be hot. I have an account. I do nothing for this account. Last month, I got $360 some deposited into my account because I got money just sitting there. I have a high yield savings account that is growing that account for me, and I'm doing nothing. I want you guys to be free. You got a mortgage that has a 25-year loan on it.
Or 30.
Emily, I want to pay this off in 10 years. Regina, I want to pay this off in 10 years. I am willing. I just put my business link in there, my website link. Make an appointment. I'm willing to sit at the table and help you pay off your mortgage. True financial freedom is not trying to figure out what's next. Y'all are worth it. Y'all mean
financial freedom is trying to find out what the next trip is. Who's the next charity that we want to bless?
I want to go buy a house. Do I have the money for it? The house costs 10 stacks. I want to go buy them. It's the flip. I want to go buy it. I ain't got to look at my money. I ain't got to look at my money. The house costs 10 stacks, Regina. I'm about to call you Coach G. I see an investment property. It's 10 stacks. I can make 160 out of 10. I'm about to go do this. I got play money. I'm going to go do that and then come back to Coach and say, I flipped this. I got 160, Coach. Go ahead and throw 100 of that 160 into another account for me. Make it work. You guys, y'all got to hear my heart. I want you guys to understand that you are valuable, you're needed, and you're necessary, and you are worth the sacrifice. Bump what anybody else said. You can do it. It's hard. It's going to cost you something, but you are worth it. You are worth it. You're worth it. Your children is worth it. Your grandchildren is worth it. You're worth it. Go ahead and do it. If it's Starbucks, stop it.
I want to add one little thing.
Wait 1 second.
I want people to think about this. I want you to think about this, right? I see so many GoFundMe, so many suppers, so many t-shirt sales, so many fish fries on social media, so many people begging on different social media sites to help do this and help do that. If you haven't stopped to take a look in the mirror and say, I'm worth it to pay myself first before I go on a social media site to leave it up to other people to pay for my mistakes that I didn't think about, why should I take my own hard money and donate toward your family or donate toward your cause? If you didn't think yourself was important enough to put some money to side and put it to work, Why should you expect others to donate their hard-earned money towards your cause? I just wanted to put it out there. Some people might not like that, what I said, and it's okay. I'm not hurt by it, but I want you to think about it. If you don't think you are important enough to pay yourself first and put your family first, and to think about the different things that we need to think about as adults to make sure that we put our families in position so that they don't have to be out there begging on the corner, begging on social media, then why should we expect others to donate to us?
I got a challenge for you all. And we're about to wrap this up because it's 57. Got a challenge for you all. I want you guys to do this. I want you to go and journal and write down, look at your bank account and write down 3 things you can give up in that bank account, be it Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, YouTube TV, Apple Music, Spotify, McDonald's, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. If you can name 3 things, I'm only asking for 3. 3 things. It's a challenge. It's a 3-month challenge. We're only going to do 3 months. Who's in? Starting March 1st to the end of the quarter, which is June 30th. 3-month challenge. Take 3 things that you can cut out that is on automatic payments that is coming out of your account. And you take that money and invest that money that you were spending on those 3 things every single month. And if it don't benefit you, if you don't see growth, if you don't see something that you can like, dang, look at what this did in that little bit of time. If you don't see it, I want you to inbox me and say, Lady E, you lied. You lied, sugar dumpling. I don't see nothing. I ain't got no caffeine. I'm meal prepped and I'm angry because I want some fast food. I done lost 10 pounds and I'm angry because I should have had fast food because I want an increase in my finances, but I'm not seeing an increase everywhere else. You done saved yourself. Starbucks is $5 a day. If you get a Starbucks coffee and a croissant or a donut, you're at $7 to $10 a day. I want you guys 3 things, 3 months. I'm in. 3 things, 3 months. We're going to cut out and see what that produces. But you got to put it somewhere. You can't go tuck it up under your mattress. That's not going to help you. You got to go put it somewhere. You got to call Coach G. You got to call me. Say, hey, Emily, where can I put it? You got to put it somewhere. Now, I can't invest it for you, but I can give you some nuggets and then shoot you to Coach G because I ain't an investment licensed person. But I can tell you, if you do 3 things, where you going to put it? Oh, Prophetess, I got you. You in, we going to put it somewhere. We finna put it somewhere. Terrence, let's go. 3 things, 3 months. That's all I'm asking y'all. I want you to bet on you for 1 quarter. Bet on you for 1 quarter. Come on, drop in the chat. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I'm betting on me. I'm betting on me. I'm about to drop it in the chat.
Coach G is always betting on her. I love it.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm betting on me. I'm worth it. Now, y'all know I got caveats. Because when it start working for you, are you willing to do just a little bit more? And say, girl, I done found $5 more. I'm finna throw $5 more in. I'm finna throw $7 more in. Hey,
I got
I know that's right. I'm loving what I'm seeing in the chats, y'all. I'm worth it. when you watch this on a replay, because let me tell you, Coach G, you might not know. Our last episode, one of the videos garnered 80 views.
What?
The other, on another platform, it was 52 views. Listen, people, if you watch this on a replay, do this challenge and bet on you.
Absolutely.
The ones that's here, I want to see you do it. Don't talk about it today and don't do it tomorrow. Let's get it. Let's get it. This your girl, Lady E. Saying
and
I
your
love
girl,
you
Coach
guys.
G.
All right. Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all listen. We finna take 2024 by storm. If people thought they knew they didn't, they finna find out today that we are not going to be in the same place that we were in. You hear him, Coach G? We are not going to be in the same place that we were in. The devil is the liar. The devil is the liar. We're going to be in a new space because our minds are open and our hearts are renewed for us to be great. 2024 is not just a slogan that it's our year. It's our year. And if you didn't know, now you know.
Hey, 2024 is when the eagles soar. That's what I say. 2024 is when the eagles soar because we are not hanging around here with the pigeons and the chickens. We are flying. And eagles soar up in the air because the other birds can't hang that high.
They can't hang. They can't. They altitude. They can't breathe. Prophetess said, Team Harris is in with us. Chapter 48, going for greater. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
I am looking forward to doing this some more. 2024. Awesome. That's it. That's it. It's time to soar, y'all.
Plug real quick, you guys. Let me give some announcements out here. Y'all know I got to do my announcements. So Pikes University is next month. We're going to do March mental health awareness. So we're going to bring some people in here. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about all type of stuff. We're going to be in here doing some amazing things. My good friend, I call her Auntie Nissa. She's going to come in here and she's going to talk some health and wellness. Is going to be great. And then we have Warriors of Love Adult Retreat. If you are not used to getting away, you need to relax. You and your spouse is burnt out. Y'all tired. Y'all, need to get that back in your relationship. Come to the Warriors of Love in Brookfield, Wisconsin. We're going to be at the Embassy Suites. We are still looking for vendors, but we're going to be at the Embassy Suites May 16th through the 19th. And it's total relaxation, y'all. We got a game show for y'all playing. We got dinner for y'all planned. We got a panel where we're going to talk about relationship building, and it's going to be spectacular. But you guys are going to relax, relate, and release. And then Coach G and I will be on our platform, Coffee and Conversations. And we're going to talk to y'all. The votes came in, Coach. They want to know how to get multiple streams of income.
Okay.
That's the most thing that everybody voted on. So that's what we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about how to get multiple streams of income. And so we're going to have some things for you guys. We're not just going to tell you. We're going to have some actual steps that you can take to go ahead and get more money so you can put more money to the side, okay? And this is not going to be something that you got to do all these hours into, but you're going to have to invest a little bit so you can get a little bit, okay? So we can't wait to talk to you guys about that. One thing Prophet has just put in the chat that I did not, and it's so true. You guys, Warriors of Love is not just for couples, because I'm not married and I'm going to be there. I'm not dating and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be relaxing and playing in the game show and drinking me some coffee that I made myself out of my room because I ain't spending no money on Starbucks.
All right.
All right. So we love you guys. Thank you guys for coming on to Pipes University. We appreciate you. Please check the links and remember to share this with your squad, your team, the people that you love. Look, real people that love people don't let people stay broke.
Absolutely.
Love you guys. Have a good night.
Good night, y'all.